Yo, 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 what's going on? It's Mike the Expert, and we're here with Unfiltered Expertise, and we're going to talk a little Big Brother today. Now, I'm going to give a real short synopsis of what I saw on Sunday on the last Big Brother episode, but before I do that, I just want to say that I'm really enjoying this season of Big Brother. I mean, Big Brother has been great this season. There's been a lot of strategizing, even on the live feeds. When I don't watch all of the live feeds, but I'll watch it here and there, go in and out. And I mean, even on there, you're always seeing somebody strategizing and going over things. And that's what we want to see. We want to see strategy. We want to see people stabbing each other in the back. You want to see people talking about each other. I mean, that's the whole point of the game. So I'm really liking it. So now to get into Sunday's episode, it starts off with Zay being eliminated. Of course, they were talking about that, and then you'll see Zach. He's on there boohooing. He lost his Burger Boy guy, one of his pals. I just kind of thought that was ridiculous. There was no reason for Zach to be going that crazy over Zay. They've only known each other for about a week, so I think that was a little over exaggerated. And stuff like that can put a target on your back. So I don't know. I don't know where all that was coming from. I guess he makes friends real quick and makes deep connections real quick. I'm not sure. But and then on the flip side of that, you see that Rachel's extra happy about it. She was actually going for Zay. Her and Zay were kind of going back and forth. So she got her guy. She was able to keep Amy. She was able to get Zay out. So that worked out for her. Now Keanu was really trying to figure out what happened because he thought because of the Burger Boy Alliance that Zay was going to have more votes because they only had 5 votes. So he went, he talked to Kelly, he talked to Will, he talked to Riley. Each of them said that they voted Amy out and voted to keep Zay, which was not true. We know that Will voted to keep Zay. We know that Kelly voted to keep Zay, but Riley, we all know he voted to keep Amy. And Riley really did that because he wanted to stay in the good graces of Rachel. And as you saw, he went over there and he told Rachel, they're going to, if they find out what I did, they're going to be upset with me. Can you watch my back, really keep me in this game? And, Rachel gave him a hug and was like, yeah, Rachel's happy to have somebody else over on her side, especially, another male to come over to come help them out. So that was great. That worked out for her. I'm not a big Rachel fan. I'm kind of upset. I really didn't want Zay to get eliminated. I really wanted Amy to go, but whatever happens, happens. Keanu, he didn't believe Will. Will said that he voted to keep Zay, eliminate Amy. Keanu didn't believe him. He believed Riley, he believed Kelly, but he didn't believe Will. Will found out about it, got a little upset, but nothing happened from there. Zach and a couple other people kind of calmed him down a little bit, and that was that. So then a little later on, we have the HOH. The HOH competition. So the house got ransacked. The safes, there was nothing in the safes anymore. The HOH key and then 3 powers. Basically, the mastermind took the HOH key and 3 powers, spread them out in a sewer beneath the house. The house guests had to go. They had to go find the HOH key. They had to go find the 3 powers. This was a big HOH because not only is there going to be a new HOH, but then there's going to be 3 other people in the house with powers. And you don't. And at this time, you don't know what these powers are going to be. They could be anything. One of them could be a power to take over the HOH. So nobody knows that at the time, but this is big. So the HOH competition played out. Jimmy wound up winning the HOH. Keanu, Kelly, and Mickey wind up winning the powers. So basically, Jimmy, he's the new HOH. His big thing is he wants to figure out who won the powers because he wants to flush the powers out. He doesn't want these powers to mess up his HOH reign, and he basically doesn't want the powers to linger on for weeks to come too, because you never know what can happen there. And he basically tells everybody, if you don't tell me, if I ask you and you don't tell me and I find out that you're lying, you're going up on the block. So, like I said, we know Keanu, Mickey, and Kelly has the powers. So now Keanu's power is a veto power. Basically, he doubles his chances to win the veto. So another person that was a part of Big Brother actually will come and be one of the six competitors in the veto competition. If that competitor wins, then Keanu automatically wins the veto. Then, of course, if Keanu wins, he wins the veto also. So he has two chances to do it. And then Kelly's power is a little bit different. It's still a veto power, but she has to play in another solo competition to win her power. And if she wins that solo competition, then she wins a second veto. So she can use that on herself or she can use that on the ally. Now, the biggest power is Mickey's power. Her power is incredible because she can actually take over the HOH reign. So she will become the HOH. She will put up her nominations instead of the current HOH. Now, the only thing with that is the HOH gets a chance to interrogate the whole house. And if that HOH finds out that Mickey has that power, then the HOH can actually win his or her power back. And then Mickey is revealed. So he or she can put Mickey on the block if he or she wants to. So those are the powers right now. Jimmy's a little worried about the powers, trying to figure out who has one. He kind of knows about Kelly because when Kelly actually won her power, he was there next to her. So he kind of already knew that Kelly had a power. He suspects Keanu won the power. He doesn't know, but nobody trusts Keanu at this time. So he kind of suspects that Keanu won a power. Doesn't know about Mickey. Mickey's working closely with him, and he would expect that Mickey would actually tell him. So the fact that Mickey said no, he's going to believe that because that's somebody who's working close with him. So later on, Jimmy, let me see who was in that room. We had Jimmy, you had a few of the ladies. You had Zach, Vince. They were all in the HOH room having a big powwow, talking about Keanu. Nobody's really trusts Keanu at this time. Keanu has lost trust. He never had trust from Jimmy and the girls on that side, but as you can see, he lost trust from the Burger Boys too. I mean, Zach is not with them right now, so Keanu's kind of on an island by himself. So they're basically saying they don't trust Keanu. They do think he has a power, and they're going to put him on a block, and he's going to be the target. So we at least know one person at that point who's going on the block, and we know that person's going to be the target, which is Keanu. Jimmy later picks his nominations. Of course, he picks Keanu, but he does need some pawns. So he picks Kelly as a pawn, who he's fine with going home. He believes Kelly and Keanu are working together anyways. So he puts her on the block. So you got Keanu, you got Kelly, and then he puts up Adrian. Now he really doesn't want Adrian to go home. He really likes Adrian. He thinks Adrian could really be good for his game. Now he lets Adrian know you are an absolute pawn on here. I do not want you to go home. So right now you got Adrian, you got Kelly, and you got Keanu, with Keanu being the target. So that's what happened this past Sunday on Big Brother. That's what I saw. Like I said, it was a good episode. I kind of really want Jimmy to go on the block. Of course, he's not going to go on the block right now because he's the HOH, but I'm hoping, the next week he actually will go on the block. Don't necessarily want him to go home, but I want him to get kind of scared up there on the block and just see how he takes it and what he does. Only reason why I don't want him to go home because he brings a lot of drama. And like I said, I like drama as long as I'm not in it, right? But I like drama. I like the drama he brings to the house, and I just want to see, what he cooks up, what happens. So, we'll go from there. We'll see what happens. Um, like I said, my favorite people, Will. I do not want Will's my number one right now. I want Will to stay in the house. I want him to go far. I want him to at least make jury. So like I said, we'll see what happens. I'm Mike the Expert. I'm out. Peace.